What's up, YouTube? Pete here with Green Dreams, and I received a lot of questions about my chicken coop while we did that Justin Rhodes video and while I did the chicken video with Gavin. How we constructed it, what we used. So I just wanted to give you a little bit of the lowdown, the breakdown of this coop here behind me. So, you know, this might look a little bit like a penitentiary, but I'm just going to tell you a secret. Shh, don't tell my girls, they think it's a resort. You know, this has a 2-foot concrete footer all the way around the outside. I used 8-foot chain link panels that I found on Craigslist and basically wired and pinned all of those together. I did have to purchase from a regular fence supply place a large gate for the front. I put cattle fence on the top. So, you know, between the concrete footer, the chain link, you know, other than snakes getting in and out of here, these girls are pretty safe now. You know, we've lost 60 birds in the first 2 years of being here on Sandhill Farm, so it was very important to me. If I was gonna get chickens again, you know, I was gonna give them a safe place to stay. I wanted them to be comfortable. You know, if we wanna raise chicks here, you can't have them in an unsafe environment. So we have a lot of coyote pressure. We have a lot of fox pressure. We have raccoon pressure. When they're outside, we have owls, hawks. I mean, the list goes on. So there was a lot of predator pressure here. You know, long-term goal, we wanna tractor our chickens. You know, we want to run them over fresh grass. For right now, this is my best option. So we bring them in house compost, we bring them in job compost, we bring them in farm compost. We're always giving them something else to scrap on other than that non-GMO good feed. So right here to the left is the initial chicken house, was here when we moved in. They had chickens before and they had this little run here off to the side. When we came, we tried building pens and letting them out in free range, you know, and that's when we started having some of those predator type issues. So, you know, after losing your whole flock of chickens twice, I had to come up with a plan. I had to come up with a secure plan. We have not had a problem since we've taken things to this level. If you look at this camp, we have a 2-foot concrete footer in the ground the entire way around. So I poured a footer. This way those foxes, those coyotes aren't actually gonna dig underneath. I was lucky enough to find these fence panels on Craigslist. So these are 8-foot tall panels that I just screwed down to the concrete. And you can't even see the concrete anymore because of the way the chickens are constantly scratching and pecking. I had to custom order this door, but I just have a regular fence-like door on here, and I have a passion fruit that's kind of taken off on the top of this. So this is a seedling. This is one that somebody spit out that's just taken off. It's completely covered the whole roof of this, and it's actually kind of cool looking. And what's really cool is it's a pear-shaped passion fruit that's absolutely delicious. If it becomes a heavy producer, we're gonna name it the purple pear, propagate it, and spread the genetics from this. So right where you walk in right here, you know, this is that entry point. You know, there you go. You can hear what I'm hitting there. That's that concrete footer. You know, so that footer is probably, you know, 12 inches wide. You know, nothing is coming underneath that door right there. So we're constantly, if we're on a job pulling weeds, if we're pulling weeds out of pots in the nursery, if we're pruning stuff, you know, we're constantly bringing these chickens in all types of scraps, not just the scraps from our kitchen. You know, so we're taking this soil out, we're bringing this soil into the garden, and I have never smelled poop in here. You know, this area stays very clean. There is no odor. It's not, you know, unwelcoming whatsoever. You know, this was probably 6 foot high after wintertime that the chickens have completely eaten it down to the ground. So it is a little bit on that messy side right now. We keep our feeders here underneath this little covering. This way that food's not gonna get wet. We use non-GMO organic feed for these girls. And then I have an automatic water feeder over here on this side that's tied into the well. So they always have a fresh, you know, source of water. All the way over here on this far north end was the chicken coop that we actually brought with us. So my last house, I did have chickens. I had a similar like pen, enclosed structure like this for the chickens. That's where they lay all the eggs. So the automatic water feeder is just over here on the back side of the wall. I really like that red one. It ties into the hose really nice. It's time to clean it out. I haven't been in here yet today. Usually every day we usually flush that guy out. That one works really well for us. I might mulch this side of the coop over here, you know, once a year. So, but if you look around, I mean, there is no poop. There's always something on the ground. I mean, there's a part of a jackfruit harvest. There's a couple of mangoes that went bad. You know, we throw them in here to the chickens. They eat the bugs that attack them. You know, they pick at that on a regular basis. So it gives them other forms of, you know, something to eat. These are happy girls. You know, they're in an enclosed, safe space. So we really controlled that by putting them in here. I even put, you know, the bars going across the top are just 20-foot bars that I tied into those panels. And then this is just like the 2x4 farm fence. And speaking of snakes, there's our snake right here for the camera. That's a red rat snake. So this guy was probably in here looking for my eggs this morning. Hey, what are you doing? Get out of here. See? I got him by the tail. So yeah, that's our, that will eat our eggs if we don't get to our eggs fast enough. So one of our biggest problems is red rats with the eggs. So as long as you harvest the eggs every day, you get them before the red rat snake can get to them, it's not usually a problem. But we do get a good amount of those snakes, you know, and they are good for eating rats, so I'm not going to completely kill or remove them from the farm. I just try to get to the eggs before they get to them. So this enclosed space really, you know, gives the chickens a happy, like I said, safe space. I'm always bringing them something in. It's not like they're sitting on dust. I mean, this is rich soil now. I mean, where do you find rich soil in Florida other than maybe a chicken coop? So you can see over there on that side, we've put some straw from the local feed store in there as a bedding. So we're going there once a week, take that manure out of there with that straw, put it on the bananas, and harvest eggs. Most of the eggs have been harvested so far this morning, but this first bay has a couple in it. No green ones from Americanas yet today. But happy eggs, happy girls. You know, these eggs are a completely different chemical makeup than a store-bought egg. I can't even tell you the difference in flavor. So I hope y'all enjoyed my coop. Please subscribe to my channel. Please share my videos. Appreciate y'all's support. Get something growing.